Hello, and welcome to Two Seats Down, the Unfiltered Stream, the podcast where we listen in on the global water cooler, a borderless space where identities are fluid and emotions are raw. Here, anonymous voices clash over current events, philosophy, race, religion. The topics are endless, but always lively. They may not know who they're talking to, but they always know what they believe in. Expect a candid debate, expect tension, expect the good, the bad, and the unusual, in whatever form it may take. All from the strangers sitting just 2 seats down from you.
Time, temporal space, or anything like that, but it does affect the reality, right? It does have a way upon reality, just like a shadow, for example.
Yes.
A shadow is a two-dimensional thing in our three-dimensional
but
world.
You don't have to believe in God or even consider it as a part of your life in order to reach that dimension of thought.
Correct, but you have to believe that there is a structure, and that structure did not just... It came through a random sequence, but that random sequence was spawned at a certain point. It was created. It started. The entropy, like it became 1 and then it became 0, and between 1 and 0, that's where you and me are. So you have to understand that you are a piece of something larger, and that larger you cannot observe it because you are inside of it, right? So going into you, and it seems that going inside of each one of us, you get a wider point of view of what the universe really is, right? So I for one believe more of a solipsism type of belief, and that's why I find this very interesting, because we are talking about yourself, but we are talking about God. No, I'm not a solipsist because I can't prove it, right? Come back to Descartes. But that's my belief.
I feel like solipsism kind of posits that you have to think your mind created everything that's existing before you, right?
Well, if you go to relativity, if you go to string theory, if you go to all that shit, that's what it leads to, unfortunately. Double slit test leads to that shit,
You can't prove other minds exist on the earth, so you
exactly.
I'll be right back. Would have to be creating everything that you know.
Somewhere along those lines, except I believe that we share like the energy, right? We share like the raw energy of the universe. We share it, but each one of us is creating our own little like bubble experience, shit like that.
Sir Pumps, would you agree that maybe we share a mind, like a collective consciousness?
I do believe we do share a mind on a certain level, yes.
On a certain level, what does that mean?
Well, I just wanted to establish that because I believe in that.
Well, let me ask you this.
The most outlandish thing I think of that is there is a collective consciousness, and our brain is like the receiver. Think of it as like a radio signal that emanates.
That's the
our
point.
Your
That's exactly the point that we're trying to make.
Your brain has receptors for electromagnetic waves emanating from outside of the brain. Your brain has some sort of receptor like that. But also, your brain is generating fucking, an electromagnetic field of its own. So it's really weird, bro.
It's like a particle decelerator.
It's funky. That's why it's enigmatic.
It's not really that hard to figure out, dude. Actually,
You think so?
no, I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think
the thing is,
it's really easy to, if you think that there is a collective consciousness that we all share.
Yeah.
But that doesn't destroy our individuality. We're still individuals.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that we're in some sort of some sort of prison?
Yes.
No. Well,
I do. Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
No.
Yes.
it depends on how
Correct.
it depends on your perspective, bro.
Well, look, I don't know where you're sitting at, bro. You need to eat.
We can argue it though.
Yeah, there's certain things that you just look at the
all
universe
you
and you can
We
see the fractal.
we are subjected to laws that we all must adhere by, and that's kind of.
Oh, guys, it was fun. I'm running out of battery. I'll be back later. Bye.
Okay, so Daniculum, here's my question for you, Daniculum.
So what I will say is the laws that you're talking about do not really exist. They're all created by our own heads and our existence.
The laws, the
and our
fundamental
interactions
laws
with each other
are objective to a point, like they would exist whether we were here to view them.
I mean, there's certain fundamental laws, like the laws of conservation of energy and things like that. But
what makes that fundamental?
what makes it
Chris, let's hear
fundamental
from you, man.
is
What do you have to say?
energy can never be created and destroyed. right?
You're just restating the so-called law. What makes
I'm restating it, but I've never seen proof that energy's ever been destroyed or created either.
Right, but we can debate about it.
Yeah, well, I'm opening this completely up to debate. I'm not saying what
someone
I
else's
believe
dick.
is.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying
I'm
that
just
if you're
saying
gonna
what I believe is not the end all be all. I'm just opening
Hey,
up.
man, let's give Chris the floor here. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Chris.
yeah, please. Let him talk.
All right.
Oh,
Just
come
talk.
on,
Just
dude.
talk.
Come on, be nice.
Get your emotions out of here. Let's talk.
So Dan Killa. Well, I'm a very emotional bitch. Okay, first of all, so that's what I do. So Dan Killa, your idea about we're all in a prison. Who would be the prison keeper? Who's our captor?
Well, that's a long conversation with a lot of bottles of vodka, I think.
Well, you said you wanted to talk about it or debate it, right?
we could, yeah.
Okay. So who
Who's our
would be
keeper?
the arbiter? Who's the keeper? Who would be the arbiter of who's free and who isn't?
Well, let's think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine being in a prison, and you're born in a prison, and you're shackled to the walls, and you just go on living, and you are given
So you're not
sustenance.
going to address my question. So you're not going to address my question.
Okay, I'll address the question. I
If
don't
there's
know.
a prison,
I don't know.
If there's,
I don't know.
Hold on. If there's a prison, certainly someone has to be the prisoner and someone has to be the imprisoner.
Not
Is
necessarily.
it actually
Not
certain
necessarily.
that we that a prisoner?
Not in the way that humans know being a prisoner.
Prison implies something is being held captive.
Yeah. Have you ever considered that you might be the warden of your own prison?
Sure.
So we're just doing like pie stuff, right? We're just doing like, hey, we're just a speck underneath someone's like whatever. That's what we're doing. We're not really talking about stuff. Yeah. Okay.
I'm ready
that's
to talk
cool.
about
I mean,
his
it's
free
fine.
will and illusion.
Well, if you believe in that this universe is experiencing entropy, there is no free will.
I have to.
Could be.
I vehemently disagree with you, sir. Sorry.
It's all going to
Really?
be destroyed.
So
Yeah.
if there's
He's right on entropy.
so if there is absolute entropy happening, how can you decide to do anything otherwise except for getting more entropy?
Because that would assume that entropy is all there is.
Death is a free will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so is to stay alive. It's all free will, dude. But what I'm saying is entropy is not the end all be all. Just because entropy exists doesn't mean it rules our lives.
Entropy is not something that exists. Entropy describes what's happening to the universe.
Are you fucking telling me entropy doesn't exist? Come on, dude.
It's not a thing. It's not a noun. It's something that describes a process that is happening.
Again, I vehemently disagree because I feel like it's a noun and a.
You're free to act according to your nature, but you're not free to choose your nature.
You are not free to choose your nature. Yes, indeed.
But you are free to act according to your nature.
Which is a bit of a prison.
Which is why it's like free will is an illusion.
How many years of famine were there? Was it 3 years or 7 years? How old is
Do you think that the rules of nature is a bit like a prison?
Who killed Goliath?
Dan, if we want to say, well, if I have to live by the rules of the physics of this universe and that therefore is a prison, I'm all in.
Genesis 33 says no.
I just have to argue that entropy is just as strong a force as gravity.
It's not a force.
Nature. To me, it is, but
in fact, gravity's not a force.
Okay, explain to me how it's not.
How? What is not a force?
Entropy.
It's a process. It's not. Entropy is simply everything in the universe.
It's like a measure of disorder.
It's a law.
It's everything that leads to heat death in the universe. You say heat death?
Technically, a
Everything
law, it's a part of
disintegrates.
thermodynamics.
It's like taking a log, burning it, and then you have the ashes after.
So how can you tell me it's not a
Going
force
through.
when you tell me it has such an impact?
That's not a force, my friend. That's not a force. That's not how we describe a force. Gravity is also not a force.
Interesting.
Yeah, that seems more like
Maybe the
Kepler's
control
law.
part is where I think you might be getting.
All right. You know what? We have disagreements. That's all right.
Of course
you know
it is.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These aren't my... Listen, I'm the dumbest person you're going to meet all day. These aren't my ideas. I'll listen to the physicists.
No, I just disagree with you. That's all.
Entropy isn't really a
Sorry.
force, though. He is right. It's more like a math that's describing the universe's tendency to move to another
Well,
state.
it's like a fractal,
Always-
right?
Always going
Yeah.
towards it.
It's math. Like pi, you can calculate pi till the rest of your life. and
Everything
we'll never
disintegrates
find
in the universe to its most basic form. That's really what entropy means. Everything eventually disintegrates.
Well, 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 that was another raw conversation pulled from the digital ether. Thank you for listening to Two Seats Down. If you value hearing these candid, borderless debates, please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe button to the show. I appreciate you, and it goes a long way. And hit that alert bell so you won't miss out on the next conversation. Thank you.